Okay, so we're going to give this a try. I figured out how to use some software so that I could more easily create these reaction videos, but I am still figuring it out, so apologies. Let's go ahead and jump in. This is a reaction video to what I'm calling Swimsuit-gate. I had forgotten all about this. It was such a blip, but when I started watching the episodes that include the swimsuit comment, I realized, oh my God, like this really was so upsetting in the house. And so, anyway, uh, I wanted to share with you and give you some of that additional context, and then also see if you have thoughts as well, because I think it's a little bit of an overreaction. Although, to be fair, at that point in the house, you're sort of dealing with so many of your issues and things are coming up. And so I think there's also some sensitivities there. It's kind of like pouring salt in an open wound and you didn't mean to. So I think that's probably what happened. Anyway, let's take a look, and I hope you enjoy.
Are you ready? Take off your towel.
Today
is my first day, my first full day starting our house. I was able to bond quite a bit with most of the girls. I'm not feeling as close with Tawanda at this particular moment. I'm hoping that will change.
This is like, I don't know. This is the night of the party, right? My first night in the house. So, we're talking T minus like 8 hours.
I didn't even have a swimsuit. I had to take one of my mom's. I was like, one from 8th grade. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have to still go get your You're still like, okay, my boobs still weren't this big in 8th grade.
Okay, so let's just start with the comment. I don't see anything wrong with that comment. Like, I know my boobs weren't as big as they were in 8th, or weren't as big in 8th grade as they were at that point, or are now, of course. And so to me, that was just like a chick thing to say. I mean, I don't really care who you are, unless you just have really small boobs. They're bigger as a grown person than in 8th grade. So you see her reaction. I know there's probably some editing in here, but having lived through it, I also know that was real to some degree, even if this particular face is edited into the wrong spot. So let's go back to it.
As Sommer's commenting about how my bosoms are a little too big for my bathing suit, it's not...
Okay, let's just stop for a second and say I didn't say her boobs were too big for her bathing suit. Just want to clarify.
Feeling. I was a lot bigger when I was in 8th grade than I ever had been in my life.
Also, how am I supposed to know that?
And it just makes me feel even worse about the fact that, I have a lot more weight to lose since having Chloe. It's just not a good feeling to know that I'm having to wear my 8th grade bathing suit because it's pretty much the only thing I can put on.
Okay. I want to stop for a second there. That where they're editing, actually, let me go back to showing the screen. This scene right here, this edit with this face, is not, that bench is actually in the front of the house. So I don't know where this footage came from. I don't know what I was reacting to. But it wasn't Josie. It wasn't anything anyone said in relation to what's going on anyway. And so I just found that super interesting because my face really says, well, sorry that you don't feel good about yourself. Like, I don't give a shit. And that's absolutely not the case. So anyway, I had to get that in there. Let's go back.
Seriously, the comment about my boobs that she made, it makes me feel like I'm in third grade again when I duct tape my chest down because I was so uncomfortable. People, you know what? In high school, they were the person that I've.
What did I say they were going to fall out? And maybe there's something further on in here that comes from another episode, and there's a chance that that there was more to the comment than what made it to editing. I just really don't remember because it was so just joking and trying to kind of bond over something I thought we had in common, which is having big boobs. And so it just didn't retain in my brain.
Made a comment like that, and I lost over 80 pounds.
Which is
I've never been big since. That's why I got pregnant.
Okay, really quick. I don't know how someone made a comment about her boobs. She lost 80 pounds, and that's how she got pregnant. That I cannot. I've watched this so many times between editing and trying to figure out how to make these videos. So I don't really understand the progression there, but I do know that there were people that made fun of me, also actually weirdly in like 7th and 8th grade, that it stuck with me. Like every time I tried to dress up for a guy that I thought was cute in my class, he seemed to make more fun of me. And it's funny, as a grown adult, I ended up telling him that I didn't wear dresses for, I don't know, many years because he made so much fun of me when I did. So I super relate to that. I just don't know how this blew up into this big thing. How was I supposed to know any of this background? And I'm just still very unclear on how the statement just triggered her so much. And again, I know that we are in a very raw place in this house. So I do want to caveat that this isn't some sort of talking bad or whatever about Josie. Specifically, it's just, God, I mean, everything turns into a massive deal when you're a big raw nerve, I guess. And I don't know how you don't step in landmines constantly. And I'm not very far into my time in the house, and it looks like I am going to be a big old bull in a china shop. So
it's like the worst thing ever. I mean, I'm happy because I got a great thing out of it, you know, but at the same time, it made me big again. And I've never been big since my 8th grade. And that's an 8th grade bathing suit, so it makes me feel even worse.
Sommer's comment really hurt me due to the fact my first crush pretty much told me the same time I was wearing that bathing suit that I needed to lose weight or he didn't want to be with me anymore. So I drastically lost over probably 75 pounds to fit the needs of somebody else, and from a comment that made me feel so horrible that I changed my appearance completely before entering high school. It really hurts me because that's how it makes me feel. It makes me feel like I'm back in 8th grade trying to change my appearance to fit the needs of others.
And just again, like, had I known any of this, I can't say I wouldn't have stuck my foot in my mouth. I probably would have, because I don't think I would have known it 8 hours into my meeting them. But like, I would have known how to respond to it. But all I knew was it was clear that she was upset, and I wasn't sure what I had done or said to make her that way, so I didn't know how to respond to that.
Like, I literally probably won't wear the shirts that I have. You just don't get afraid about my cousin's shirts again.
Why? Your cousins are great. I wish I had some. People.
I forgot about the term cousins. Sorry, I just love that. I'm totally bringing it back.
Pay to have your cousins.
Well, I'll pay to get rid of them.
Oh, Lord. Why?
Because they're just it's not comforting.
Don't give her that much control over your emotions like that, okay? Please.
I don't even want to talk about it because it made me start crying.
T's right there. You know, don't give me that much control, but also, like, the intention wasn't to make her feel bad. So it's just so odd.
I feel like I did when I was in 8th grade and I was fast, so I don't want to talk about it. I'm so uncomfortable right now with my weight because I've never been this big for a long time. And most people don't even consider this big. Right. I do.
We didn't
Because
consider
I'm
that.
used to a size 5. Okay? And I'm not no size 5 at all. I'm far from it.
I live in a small farm town.
So, I actually merged a parts of episode, I think it's 12 and 13 or 11 and 12. I don't know. Anyway, I pulled together everything that I could about Swimsuit-gate that I have edited so far. So there may be more down the road. Oh, well.
That's the only town I remembered. I was like,
Solon. And I live in a town called Solon with 4,000 people. And you want to know what we do for fun? And I'm not cow tipping. No. Yeah, we go cow tipping too. We do.
So the reason that I had gone to her was obviously this. So this is the next day. And I'm like, okay, well, she's been upset with me. Things are a little tense. So I'm going to go to her and give her an opportunity. Like, I'll just start some small talk. And then maybe she'll, talk to me. And we'll either get past whatever it is that has upset her, or she'll share what it is, and then I can go from there. I don't know if that was the right call, because again, I don't remember like every little thing that happened around this, but that was my.
You know what else is cool? Is like, did you know that you can hear corn grow? Really? Mm-hmm. Nobody knew that.
I still have
You
not
can.
experienced that.
You go out in the country and you can listen to the corn grow. It pops just like it would if you're popcorn.
really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I can totally tell that Sommer's trying to fix what had happened last night.
What?
By just sitting there, acting like she's concerned about my life and where I
was
came
concerned.
from. That's fine, she may be, but all it takes is to tell me that you didn't mean to hurt my feelings is I'm sorry.
And all it takes for me to know that I hurt your feelings is to let me know that. Again, I guess looking back and being 18 years older, I guess, since it's been 18 years. I guess I'm just smarter now, and maybe I would have like had the emotional intelligence to understand that I'd hurt her feelings. I knew something triggered her, but I didn't think I'd done anything. And being so new in the house, I guess I thought someone would talk to me if I did upset them. And again, I don't remember saying I'm sorry. So she's right there. And that seems like such an obvious thing to do if you knew you upset someone, but I don't think I caught on right away to how upset she was. So
What are we gonna do about that?
This is because mommy makes me laugh when I get hiccups.
Mommy makes me laugh too, actually.
Down the road.
and I could say that because I had watched Josie, right? I'd seen her season. So even though I barely knew these people, I knew that I really liked Josie and I felt for her, and she did make me laugh. So I think that's the other thing about all this is that she was the only person obviously coming into the house who I felt like I kind of already knew. And so I think that changed my reactions also. It's a little different when you have a complete stranger versus someone that you feel like you understand on some level. I still do this. I still do this.
You get what I mean? If you said if you pull this out,
Well, we're going to talk about it in a second.
what you said about blah, 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 whatever, quack, quack, really hurt my feelings. Kim, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. That's just how. Because I want to apologize, because I don't want to hurt, whatever. Sommer makes a comment to Josie about her bikini. And I believe Sommer needs to give Josie an apology or something.
She's right.
But if you won't tell her, I know, so I'm gonna have to tell her.
Thank you, Kim.
I think. And see what happens. I'm gonna be here for a long time.
I love that comment because it's true. We were there a long time.
Josie's hurt by my comment, so I'm sitting at the computer because the only thing I can think of to try to make this right is finding a swimsuit that fits Josie.
Okay, so first of all, like I said, I still have a tendency to do that. Like, if someone makes a comment to me that they like I'm talking about a new restaurant or something, and they're like, yeah, I really wish I could, but money's really tight or whatever. It's a terrible habit of mine that I will try to surprise them for either like their next birthday, or maybe it's just a what if, depends on, or whatever gift, depending on how well I know them. But I still have a tendency to do that, even if money's tight for me. I guess because I just feel overall blessed, and like, so it's probably also a little bit about people pleasing, trying to get people to like me, sneaking back in. But I also just think I am in such a better position now than I was 18 years ago, we'll say, but even 15 years ago or 10. And so I just like to share that. But in this case, actually seeing myself on this computer was starting to make me remember, because I think at the end of the day, what I thought had upset Josie was that she was talking about she has a bathing suit from 8th grade, and because she couldn't afford to buy one. I didn't think about it as a weight thing at all. For sure, if anybody would be sensitive to weight. And I mean, I hadn't worn a bathing suit or been in a pool without shorts and a t-shirt over a bathing suit in like, I don't even know how many years at this point. So the comment wasn't anything that would have upset me in the way that I meant it. But so I think in my mind, I put together that it just reminded her that she couldn't afford one, and then she didn't want one and to wear one because she didn't want her cousins popping out. I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't know that we ever fully talked about it. I'm sure we did at some point because I did buy her a swimsuit. So there probably is something in a future episode I just haven't seen. But yeah, this brought back a lot.
She's very sensitive. I know you'll see that. Like you'll come to.
I know she's, but I can't take it back.
Yesterday, when I made the comment to Josie about her swimsuit, it was all in joking and in fun, I thought, because we were sitting there kind of laughing about how it was from, a swimsuit from 8th grade, and it didn't quite fit up here anymore. And I didn't realize that she was going to be so sensitive to it. She did fit the wrong way.
I know. And I don't know how to fix it. I ordered her a bathing suit last night, though, but I haven't told her that. I ordered something. I mean, I don't know if she'll like it or not, but I was like, well, until she finds what she likes.
Jen loves that.
Because last night she said she wasn't going to swim until she got a new suit.
Jen's like, your new
You can't waste your energy trying to adjust yourself so that everybody likes you.
What's it like to be the new woman in the house?
Oh, that sucks.
Does it? Why does it suck?
Yeah, today's been a real bad day, actually, for me. Well, they don't know. They've all had 2 weeks, and they know each other equally well. I hadn't really been feeling it with Tawanda at all, and that's unusual, because I usually can make friends like that, and I feel very comfortable. I laugh a lot, but I made a mistake last night with Josie by joking around about, she was talking about her cousins coming out of her swimsuit. And I was like, oh, you can only see it when
so
you're
awkward
doing
talking
backflip.
about this stuff.
Something like that, and then that was the wrong thing to say, and I didn't know that.
I don't even want to talk about what she made me feel like. Because the comment was that when I was in the pool, that my cousins were about to pop out. And I can't help it. I'm already uncomfortable.
And just another little brief statement here. When Kim and Tawanda were talking earlier on the bed, Kim was still wearing like bright colors and stuff. So this was before Kim had to take her mask off. So I guess the editing of all this, and maybe nobody cares, like happy to have it, but it feels like this conversation just kept happening. But then Kim's back in regular clothes and telling Tawanda, well, I mean, maybe somebody needs to tell her she hurt Josie's feelings. Thank you, by the way, Kim. And so I just can't quite, I'm trying to figure out the timing of all this, and I just haven't been able to do it yet.
Well, anyway, because I saw I lost all my weight. But my thing is, you should even tell somebody about their weight.
I wasn't talking about her weight.
You don't get gassed or bypassed. You don't hear me say anything. No. Because I know how uncomfortable, I know how it feels to be told that you look like a fat ass.
Also didn't say that. Oh my God. The amount of blown out of proportion
I'm deciding to
stuff
take advantage
is insane.
of having Tawanda alone, or as alone as I've been able to get her, with Sine, to address the tension that I've been feeling for a couple of days with her.
This was so scary.
Because it's driving me crazy.
Y'all, just for the record, I hate confrontation. I still hate it, although I'm much better. But like, this was probably the scariest thing I feel like I had, no, that's not true. There's some other stuff. But anyway, in the house, this was just the scariest thing I could think about because T scared me. That's all I can say. And she definitely didn't like me.
I'm feeling that from you.
And in order for them to not snap, I just say that.
Like all the time, I'm scared.
Not all the time, but just all the time.
But that's just my opinion. That's the world according to Tawanda.
She said that a lot.
I'm thinking I've been getting the cold shoulder from Tawanda for a few days now because I am the representation of the other woman, the one that her father cheated on her mother with. I'm spending a lot of time right now asking myself when and what is it going to take for me to feel comfortable with these women and feel like I'm actually part of the group.
Okay, so I left that little last bit in just because I think I felt like started out with her really not liking me, and then this comment with Josie, and like it just kind of all snowballs. And because I wanted to react honestly to that conversation as well, because it was like so hard to ask her, and I didn't know the exact words to use, right? So I just said annoy, and then I just didn't feel like I got anything back. Like I was hoping we could maybe hash out the core issue, and that didn't happen. So, but at least I did it. The other thing that's kind of funny is there's a clip at the end of every episode to get ready for the next one, and the teaser that was for like episode 12 or 13, whichever one it was that Tawanda was going to confront me, and they were showing scenes from that, but it was actually me that did it. And I thought, well, I'm super proud of that because I sure didn't want to. And I think too, being in the house, like, and knowing, you've got producers and stuff around that are encouraging you to do things. So while I'm talking to Jennifer or, anyone really, but let's say I'm talking to Jennifer about the whole swimsuit thing, and then they'll be like, well, why don't you go talk to Tawanda? Or, you get some hints, right? They definitely like to stir the pot. So anyway, that is, I guess, my reaction video to Swimsuit-gate. I promise these will get better. Bear with me. I just hope you like the extra little insights and nuggets. And I've got at least 2 more planned. And that's just going through episode 13. So, talk soon. Thanks. Bye.